Hello, my fellow supine protoplasmic invertebrate jellies. I'm Mr. Church. Fallout 76 just got a massive update, and so as a result, today's Atom Shop video is a bit late. There was a lot of stuff to check out. There's also a lot of new stuff in the Atom Shop, and things that I wanted to play around with a bit in game before making the video on. So, that's why I'm late. Now, there's also some interesting things in the store, return items that people have been asking for a long time. So this one might be interesting for you, but first, it's the new season, Gone Fission. Let's put this question to the people and call into the show. What do you guys think about Gone Fission?
Like, I get what they're trying to do with, like, the fission thing, trying to tie it into, like, the nuclear theme of Fallout, but it's also, like, not cute and shut the fuck up.
Anyway, we've got Angler's First Fishing Rod. You have to head over to the mire to find the location of Fisherman's Rest. Go fish. Remember, if you can swim in it, you can fish in it. Remember that montage. Remember that montage, guys. If you can swim in it, you can fish in it. Okay? And if you complete your challenges, you can unlock mods and upgrade. That's all great. There's also a banded axolotl this month. Search the swamp, but tread with care. There's a banded axolotl hiding there. That rhymed? That's so good. Wow, that's crazy. You guys should write books or something. Your talent's being wasted on the front page of the Atom Shop, let me tell you that. But today we're going to be looking at the new Fish Trap Bundle in the Atom Shop, which is so exciting. Now, the Fish Trap Bundle, this thing comes with the floating trash pile. Wow, roasted. The floating dock floor, floating lily pad, Roten tackle stash box, floater title suffix, fish trap, floating mold pile, floating rustic toxic waste barrel, and the floating in the fishing cooler cryo cooler freezer. Now, of course, the floater player's title suffix is just like any other title. You go into your Pip-Boy to equip it, you tab it over in the stats, all the way to the right, you can go and equip prefixes and suffixes and mix and match, and you can put it, and then it's next to your name, and then people can see that you're a floater, and that's so good. Now, the Rotten Tackle Stash Box is pretty cool. This thing is like a stash box, which means if you click on it, you can access your stuff. That's pretty cool. It actually is a cool design. You can tell that one guy who makes the cool stuff built this one. Lots of good detail. No stupid, like, overly themed logos or labels on it, so you can really use it with any kind of build you want to do. Lots of good scuffing, wear and tear on it. Pretty cool. And when you click on this to access it, you can't actually see until you look away from it the items in the tackle box, which is pretty neat. Now, the floating lily pad confuses me greatly, mostly because I've seen a lily pad before in my life, and it didn't really look like this. So maybe I just need to get out more, guys, because this ain't what I remember seeing. Now, you can place these on top of each other, pile them up. There's no reason not to. I mean, why would you? But also, why not? That's really cool. What a neat item. Wish I spent 500 atoms on that. Oh yeah, I did. Here's a neat item. You can really see it really well in this picture here. Wow, that is photography at its finest. What we have here is actually a pretty cool item. It's the fishing cooler cryo freezer. This thing's awesome because it functions the same way as the cryo freezers, which up until this point have been horrifically ugly. So if you wanted to have your freezer at your camp, keep all your stuff from spoiling, you had to place it down at every camp. And it would just look horrific. But this is kind of plain, very basic, and kind of rusty. You can tuck it away somewhere if it doesn't match the vibe, but it's also will be easier to because it's much smaller. And so yeah, I think this is a really cool thing. Now, there is something interesting about it. Their textures on it never render in. And for those of you who want to just go into the comments section and talk about how all the textures work perfectly in the game because you play on PC and stuff, and because you got like the best thing ever, and yeah, that's really great, Billy. That's really great. I can understand that there's a reality where it might be true that your PC that you spent thousands of dollars on can render in something on a video game that other people can't. What I'm trying to point out here is that what happened is this is a video game that is people buy to play when they're on PlayStation, Xbox, so they shouldn't have to buy a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 PC to be able to look at the textures on a tackle box or whatever this is. So yeah, for this fish to render in, that's $5,000, guys. And then you two can be like Gary in my comments section, and you can see that stuff. That's awesome. I mean, I prefer it when like the game you bought, you know, you can see the stuff on it. Like you get the, let's see, so you get the game and then there's graphics in it. You know what I mean? That would be pretty cool. Now, I know I'm being kind of crazy here with that one. I'm full of hot takes, as you all know. I like to see stuff before I buy it, and I want the stuff to work, so that's good. Speaking of stuff that works, guys, they fixed something crazy. Now, the Fort Fortress store that we purchased with money, as you guys remember, for about 5 months, disappeared from the building menu, and what that, of course, meant is that we could not interact with it, which means if it got broken, we couldn't repair it, and we also couldn't delete it, store it, anything with it. It's just, there it is in your camp, have fun. You can't even delete it, so you can't build in that space. Anyway, they finally fixed it by re-adding it to the build menu. Now there's a Fort Fortress store green, so if you had this stuck in your camp, you can now delete it or repair it or whatever you want to do with it. And I just think that's a miracle, guys. And congratulations, fixed it. It's really incredible work. Now, these are actually some pretty cool stuff. The floating pieces of stuff, we've got the rest of the items in this entire bundle. They all can only be placed in the water, which is so nice. I love that. It is nice to have stuff that we can actually place in water now. There hasn't been a whole lot, but as you can see, they did have the technology to make the boats placeable in water. The ones that, you know, how we can't place them in water. The boats that we can't place in water. The boats. Anyway, so these can, so that's good at least. Anyway, so yeah, there's lots of cool stuff. The rusted toxic barrel, I think it's pretty neat. It's a cool design. It looks nice. You wouldn't want to put 1,000 of these because the repeating texture would be very obvious after some time, but the mold pile you can pile up. You can kind of spin stuff around, heap it up. I think it's really cool. It adds a lot of gunk to your build. Something else that's cool about it is you can place it down and you can actually place like little carpets or something on it. You can make a build on the water by building on top of this mold. That would not be possible to do before, and it's, I mean, you could probably hide it fully with carpets and stuff. So it's actually a pretty cool item, and it looks like scum, it looks like puke, and that's exactly what we want in a game like this. So that is perfect, and I think these are actually pretty neat. And then of course we also have the trash pile, which is just like that, but it has like some sticks in it. Again, you can place things on them. And also, again, with this one, you might not want to have too many of them because it would look obvious, but they all look the same. I don't really know, but it's fine. It's cool. We love that these things happen. Now, there's also the fish trap. Now, the fish trap is so cool because it traps fish. All they have to do is swim out of the water, and then they land in that trap. It's pretty cool, and this will actually collect real fish, so that you don't have to fish, because it's like, you know how fishing is terrible. I mean, whoa, guys, hold it. It's time to hype up the new stuff. Okay, I make content for Fallout 76, guys, and so what that means is, hear me out, everything is amazing in the game, and new stuff, wow, even better. I'm gonna come over to your house and play with you as you fish. We could fish together. That could be fun. Yeah, let's fish. And what you're going to do is you're going to fish so much, it's going to be fun as hell. And because fishing is fun. We can all agree fishing is fun. I love it. Fishing is amazing. I love fishing. I hope I can go soon. And in the game, too, I love fishing. Because, like, you can do this thing. You have to... And then moving and stuff. And you can catch all kinds of garbage. Catching all kinds of garbage is fun, and I'm excited for this new iteration of our lives. But yeah, this will collect fish, and so then you can take the chunks and turn them into fish chunks, and then you can shove them into the throat of an aminal that lives in the mire. By the way, if any of you actually thought that I say aminal unironically, you kind of deserve to think that. You know what I mean? One of the coolest things so far, and here's a picture demonstrating the item. You can see it really well in this image right here. We have the floating dock floor. Who does this? Someone actually, like, these are new items, which means they're not like working with what they have. They went out and took a fresh one, and that's what they came up with. That's what they cooked up. That's tough. That's actually tough. Anyway, the dock floor is really cool. I think it's nice. You can make like some cool fishing shacks with it, and again, it can be actually placed in the water. Unfortunately, it cannot be placed on land, and none of these items can actually be placed on land. There are some cool things you can do. I want to show you a couple of things in case you want to build a structure on top of this platform, because walls don't snap to it, so you can't just make a shack. And you shouldn't have to use like special blueprints and catwalks and things, so we're not going to use catwalks. I'm going to show you how to put walls on this thing, and it's going to be fine. So a super easy way is you just snap a foundation level with it through it. It'll snap right through it, and then you'll be able to snap walls to that foundation. And then when you're done, you can actually get rid of the foundation. Make sure all the walls are doorways so that they're allowed to float, so that you can remove that from underneath it. And then of course you can change the walls back to whatever wall you want. That's one way if you want to have it like lined up and stuff. If you want to slightly offset it, there's other ways you can as well. Just put, you know, the walls down on top of it. So I want to show you this is pretty cool. You don't need any catwalks or anything to do this. You don't need vines or catwalks or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset it slightly using my eyeballs. Those are nice. I can't see stuff, but that's actually a blessing when I'm doing these videos. So you're going to actually like get it where you want it, you know, and then you're going to put the walls up. It's going to be fine. I like putting walls up, especially when people try to get too close emotionally. You should try it. It actually kind of slaps. Anyway, so you put this roof, just put a roof, any kind. Well, it has to be a flat one. I use the plain one. And then I'm going to place a little thing here, and I'm going to just blueprint the thing. It can be any floor item. It can be a chair. It could be a floor decor item. As long as it's something like that can sit on the ground. And I prefer a small thing, so it's easier to work with. And then just blueprint that and the wall. And then you're going to take that blueprint, and this one I made with a tackle box, of course, and you just place it down underneath the edge of the roof that you have floating here. And that's pretty easy. It'll snap in, and then you can, of course, get rid of the tackle boxes or whatever the item is. You can get rid of the roof. And also, if you have two roofs that are snapped together and there's no like support for them, you can just change one of the roofs to a like a slanty roof, and then you'll be able to delete them. So, by the way, if you get any stuff stuck while you're building, I recommend checking out this video I made where I go over all the stuff that can happen when you get your stuff jammed up and you ruin your camp. This will help with almost all of the problems, but not all of them. And then there is also, I said you can't place these on land, but there is a way to sometimes place these on certain areas of the map. So what you guys might not know is any place in the game that has water, there's always a box of water underneath the ground. They just have like these square cells of water. So these items can be placed on top of the water, even if there's land in between here and there. So if you can get that item, you know, onto that water, it'll sit there. It's just the land in the way is telling you no, you can't place it. There's ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again snap a foundation through this dock, and then I'm going to blueprint the foundation and the dock together, and then this blueprint will allow me to place this down as long as there's water somewhere under the ground. When I place it down, the dock will actually snap down onto the water. So if the water's too low, it'll just disappear under the map. You don't want to really do that. But if you're near the edge of the water, this is a way that you can use this to get these docks onto the shore, like it washed up onto shore, or you want to use it as like a deck or a dock on the edge of the water. You can use this method to get it there. You can then, of course, just delete the foundation after you've done that and leave the dock behind. Pretty easy, actually. And again, also, I like to use camera mode to check under the map to see where the water is. So I just pull on my weapon, look straight up, and then I go into camera mode, and it should shove the camera down underneath the map, and you can look around and see where the water is. And then, as you can see, that placed down because there's water there. And if there wasn't water there, it wouldn't place down. But that's something you can try doing if you're looking for other things to do with this dock. I think there's probably a lot of other cool applications. This is the first time they've really added something buildable that could only be placed in the water. So I'm going to be messing around with this more probably and see what I can come up with. And that's the new fishing trap bundle. You can, of course, get some of these items by themselves, but only some dumb ones. I will say, the tackle box, who cares? And the fish trap, I don't care. You might. But the cryo freezer is actually really nice. If you're not interested in anything else in the bundle, the cryo freezer is very handy. I don't know if I actually said this out loud or if I just bitched about something unrelated, but if you put food in this, it will reduce the spoilage to 0%. So if you don't already have a cryo freezer, this thing's really nice. And again, this one is a good skin of it, so it looks good. It's easy to hide, tuck away. You don't need it to be hideous like the one we have now. So when you have all your food, including, by the way, the axolotls and stuff that you'll be getting, which, by the way, at least in the PTS, spoiled. I don't know if they still do because I haven't caught one yet. Because I've been making this fucking video, but I've enjoyed making the video, guys. This is fun. This rad stag field dressing collects rad stag meat over time, which is totally fine because you can use that to make food that lets you carry extra stuff. Anyway, that's fine. And then the Gone Fishing, this emote is free if you have Fall at First, and I don't know if they fixed this or not. It used to be that you had to like go into the item shop to equip it before it would show up on your wheel. But the last one, it automatically equipped. This one didn't automatically equip, but that's because my wheel is full. So you guys can let me know maybe in the comments if this auto equipped for you, if you had space on your wheel. I couldn't check because mine was full, like I said. But anyway, this is what it looks like. There's no fishing pole. You're just miming fishing, but then there's a real fish. Get it? Real fish. R-E-E-L. I'm trying to be like them. Guys, they're making puns. I'm making puns. We've all become so clever. It's a new season, and we have advanced in our intelligence, in my opinion. I mean, Gone Fission. Are you serious? The other stuff we have on the main menu, of course, guys, because it is the hottest day so far of the year, at least for me, and it's now June, so Winter Mansion Bundle, create the winter mansion of your dreams and stay warm in the Winter Mansion Bundle. This is great. This thing has the Winter Retreat, the Firewood Pile, West Virginia Accent Table, Black Bear Accent Table, Stately Armoury Display Case, Hot Tub, Cardinal Wind Chime, Mothman Cultist Bed, and the Black Bear Lamp. Obviously, guys, this is great. The only thing in this bundle that I actually want is this wood pile. Is pretty nice. Why don't they just give us a floor decor version of that, you ask? That's a great question. And isn't that a clever question? That's a good question, because then we could build more than one and have more than one piece of wood. That's cool. Anyway, that's fun. Guys, way to read the room, you know? That's the Winter Mansion Bundle, guys. It's a Winter Mansion Bundle, okay? Because you know how it's June now, so there's the Winter Mansion. I know some of you are like, well, crikey, I'm in Australia, so it is winter or something. Listen, that's fine. How can you even read that upside down? The thing is, guys, here's the thing. Austin, Texas isn't in Australia. So, because it's hot. Okay, well, the Resourceful Camp bundle is going to be next because we have we have the Mothman Nest. That thing looks nice. We have the Radstag Field Dressing Station, the thing that's down there by itself. This thing actually collects Mothman eggs, which it's hard to find because you know how you can just go to Point Pleasant and pick up 85 of them. So, that's good to have. Then you have why does it have the little, is that a butt cheek? Then you have a Red Rocket Dumpster again, pretty cool. I can actually smell it. And then we have the Auto Miner Collection Station. That thing is like, it's just a Collectron, but I think he's actually cool because he actually looks like stuff that's in the game already instead of just random shit that someone made, and it looks like we just bought something from Toys R Us and plopped it down in the middle of the wasteland. So that's pretty crazy. So wow, that's actually everything on the first page, and I'm sweating. So let's go to the greatest hits page now, because we have the Responders bundle. You think I'm gonna read that? That's hilarious. So what I want to point out in this bundle, guys, is these are pretty cool. And there is a way that you can place them on backwards if you just want the piece of plywood without the hideous paint shit on it. And then these are, and I just like, someone out there wants this for sure. I'm sure they do. Anyway, now we have the Good Fortunes bundle. This one has some cool stuff in it. Here we have the fortune teller outfit, the neon palm reader sign, the fortune teller headband, the 8-ball backpack flare, the fortune teller cart, the message board trail kiosk, sage torch, and the wicker Mr. Fuzzy plushie. This thing's pretty cool. I don't have it. And then this, they don't say this anywhere because why would they tell you what the stuff you're buying is? That would be stupid. But this actually is a vending machine. It's a vendor. So you can only build 4 of them. A lot of people will like to place this on something over here. Then you merge that down. So you have just this car like kind of sunk into the ground. Very cool looking. Still interactable. I think it's a cool thing. I think it's nice. But I don't really, I guess some people use these neon signs for something. The palm reading? I don't. Anyway, if any of you guys actually buy backpack flares, hey, I want to buy with my money, real money, backpack flares, could you let me know in the comments, guys, please? Now we have the bowling team bundle. This is cool because we have this thing which holds bowling balls. It's a display case though. You have to craft the bowling balls in the Tinker's Bench and then display them. How about that? And they float ever so slightly, as you can see from these close-up shots. So does the pin. There's floating happening. How about that? And then you have all these different ones that are all floating as well. You've got this guy, tucked it in and everything. And then you have this. This is actually a loot bag, which means when you die, or you can set it to just be when you drop or die. This is your drop bag. So that's nice. This light's cool. I don't know if they have both sizes of this light because this was from a scoreboard, I think, or maybe another bundle where there was like 2 sizes of it, a big one and a small one. Who knows if they have both because they didn't say, and this is just a lot to deal with right now. Another thing I want to point out here is we have the Flatlands Shelter. That's on sale for a whopping 2 cents off the original price, and they didn't fix anything on it. So the lighting is terrible. A lot of these shelters, the lighting is destroyed. Absolutely horrific. It's just this gaudy, glaring, horrible, overly saturated, contrast turned all the way up, and it looks like ass. This is one of the oldest backpack skins in the game, the Waster Tire backpack. It's a tire. And then this is the Silver Shroud costume. Pretty cool. I like it. I think it's cool because I am the Shroud. Well, and then this Valerius Alastor Gatling skin. That's nice. And then we also have the Log Cabin Kit. This is actually a pretty cheap price for that. This one comes with its own special roof. And something to keep in mind with this set is you cannot apply wallpaper to it. This does actually say this kit does not support wallpapers, which is crazy. If you are the person who wrote this, you went back and wrote that, that's insane behavior. I actually applaud you, unironically for once, because that is thinking with your head, the way your father always said to. That's crazy. Actually putting that in there is actually what a W that is. And it's actually sad that that is something that I say, wow, I'm so glad they wrote what it does on it. That's crazy. This smiley jack-o'-lantern might be free. I'm pretty sure it was. Again, guys, let's keep in touch with the time of year it is. It's June. So let's get a jack-o'-lantern in the shop. Post haste. There's also improved bait, guys. This stuff is so you can fish more. And when you're fishing more better with this bait, I want to also add that you can actually put these in display cases. They're pretty nasty looking, obviously, but pretty cool. You can put that on a chessboard display case and sit it around. Pretty nice, actually. Pretty cool. And then we, of course, have, again, the gone fishing thing, because also the gone fishing thing here as well. So that's 1, 2, 3 pages it's on. Why not? Just in case you missed it, guys. The free item if you have Fall at First. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty incredible. But yeah, there's another flare that you could get. There's these catch-up bundles, which this has all of 2 items in. Oh, wow, 3 items. This thing is cool, but it's really finicky to work with. It doesn't like to go down. And I've known some people like that actually as well. Pretty boring. Why don't you live a little? And then, of course, we have the Fall at First season catch-up. Now, ketchup is what you put on your hamburgers if you like it. I don't. I actually do. Actually, let's start over. So this is incredible, and I want to point this out because everyone knows that the pavilion kit is the best one. It might be the best, if not second best. It's incredible. It's amazing. I love it. So this shit slaps, obviously, and they have not ever put it in the shop before. So if you've been waiting for it, now's your chance. It was a scoreboard item. And so you do have to buy it in the bundle, unfortunately. But the forklift is pretty cool. And that's pretty stupid. I wish I hadn't seen that. And this thing is massive and almost basically unusable because of its size. But it does have all the stuff you would want. The ammo box, the stash box, the scrap box. And I think it has... I don't know if it has 2 benches in it, but I think it does. Anyway, it's pretty big. It's pretty dumb. And then, of course, it has the kitchen set, which is nice. Now, I know there's going to be a bunch of comments saying, bitching about all the free Pride stuff like you guys like to do. Oh, no, they gave me a flag. Grow up. Grow up, guys. For real. For real. Okay? Like, genuinely... What is the problem? Oh, they gave me free stuff? Those bitches. If they give me one more free item I don't have to build, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my shit. If they give me one more free item to show solidarity to, let's face it, a marginalized group that I don't actually have anything to do with and doesn't affect me, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out. Okay, so why would you give me flags for free? Why? I hate those things. I hate that. I hate other people. Why didn't you just say, actually? So that's fine. It's just when you have a flag, when you have the flag, it doesn't make you have to do those things, okay? So like you can have it, you can click on it and it goes into your stuff, Or you don't even have to do that. And it doesn't actually turn you gay. I've tried it. Doesn't work. Thanks a lot. It's another faulty object in the shop. No, it's actually incredible because, am I supposed to, agree with you that I hate that they put free pride flags in the shop? What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. So why don't you get back to reading Harry Potter or something, and I'm going to finish this video. Okay? Thanks. Now we have the Ghostly Incineration Bundle, completely random, just shoved here. This thing's actually pretty cool. I did a whole video reviewing this stuff, and if I remember, I'll actually link it in the description if you want to check it out. That was many moons ago, I will say. But this has like been what a pleasure. I'm such a lucky boy, I believe. So I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my patrons and channel members for your support. I really do appreciate it. It means a whole lot to me. It really, really does help a lot. And I wouldn't be able to make these videos without it. And I also post additional content to the Patreon. If you're interested in supporting the channel in that way, the link for that will be in the description. But just liking the video, subscribing, commenting, those things all help me and they help the channel grow. And I really appreciate all the support. If you guys are interested in a awesome community, consider joining the Discord. I also stream on Twitch. You should follow me on there. And also, I'll see you guys in the next video.